What if the greatest enemy on the battlefield wasn't human at all? Welcome back to the world of Berserk, created by legendary Kentaro Miura, where every victory comes with a cost. Now let's begin this chapter. In this scene we see a warrior in full armor raising the Midland flag, which is the symbol of the Midland royal family, showing that Midland's power is still intact. Then the scene shifts to an army moving forward with Griffith leading from the front. Next we see two servant ladies talking to each other, saying that a new campaign has started, and because of this, the war might come to an end. They also say that now Midland has its own guardian angel, who will make all of this happen. At that moment, Griffith passes by them and they get impressed, seeing him almost like he is an angel. As Griffith moves forward, he encounters Minister Foss. Foss asks, "Are you leaving for war, Lord Griffith?" And then says that he knows the vanguard of this campaign is the Band of the Hawk. He further says that ever since General Julius and his son Adonis were killed, Midland has had no one else to rely on except Griffith. Foss adds that so many assassinations have happened, and all of this is unbearable. But he also says that he will always be available for Griffith, and is ready to do whatever Griffith wants. Then, changing the direction of the conversation, he says that when situations change, a person's heart also changes. Remembering Adonis, he says that he was just a 13-year-old child who had just started learning life, and his death is a great misfortune, calling it the work of a demon. But Griffith smiles and says no. It is not the work of a demon, it is the work of a human. Minister Foss then says that he has heard a rumor that when Princess Charlotte was attacked, the arrow that was shot was not meant for her but for Griffith. And this strange rumor is troubling him. Griffith laughs and says, I am just a small knight commander, why would anyone attack me? Foss continues by saying that the assassin in that incident was not an outsider or a spy, but probably someone from within their own people, someone inside the castle. Griffith replies that he will not say that their own people attacked them, but if that is true, then that person is extremely dangerous, someone for whom killing is easy, and who wants to increase their influence through it. Foss interrupts and says that people kill in two ways, either by going outside or by staying inside. That is the only difference. Griffith smiles slightly and says that it is a very interesting theory. Then says that he is leaving for war now, and asks to be excused. As Griffith walks away, Foss keeps watching him, and thinks what kind of person he is when he mentioned Adonis's death. Griffith did not even blink once. He starts wondering if Griffith really did not kill Adonis, but then he becomes convinced that somewhere Julius and Adonis's deaths are connected to Griffith's plan. Maybe Griffith found out about the conspiracy against him then. Foss thinks whether Griffith also knows that he himself was part of that conspiracy. He gets nervous and turns back. And at that moment, Griffith is standing near the gate staring at him, and Foss understands that Griffith knows everything. Griffith then turns away and moves forward toward the war, leaving Foss standing there. Then Casca arrives and calls out, "Griffith!" And from behind, Charlotte also calls, "Griffith!" Griffith looks at them and says, "Princess Charlotte, why have you come here?" Charlotte asks if he is going to war. Griffith says yes, and asks what it is. Charlotte, while crying, takes off a necklace from her neck and gives it to Griffith, saying that it is not very valuable for her, and that it belonged to her mother, who was the former queen, and that it is a lodestone necklace. Griffith says that it is a very valuable item, and asks why she is giving it to him. Charlotte says that he should keep it, then explains that it has two parts, and if one part is with a girl and the other with a boy, then they are destined to meet again, and if Griffith wears it, then it will bring him back safely from the war. Griffith says that he cannot take it because it is very valuable for her, but Charlotte insists that he should keep it. Griffith smiles and agrees, saying that he will return it to her after coming back from the war. Then he says that he did not take war so seriously before, but now he will, and he will come back. Charlotte, with tears, says that he should just come back safely. Then she points towards Casca and says, "Soldier, protect Griffith." Casca bows and says that she will protect Griffith, even at the cost of her own life. Griffith places his hand on Casca's shoulder and says, "Let's go." Casca smiles and says, "Yes, let's go." And both of them leave. Then Charlotte's mother, the queen, arrives and asks her what she was doing. Charlotte lowers her head silently. The queen asks why she gave that necklace. Charlotte says that it is her choice whom she gives. What the queen says strictly, that she is a member of the royal family, and Griffith is just a commoner, and she should not even talk to him. Yet she gave him such a valuable gift. Then she says that Charlotte is now 16 years old and not a child anymore, and she should remember that she is the Princess of Midland. Charlotte lowers her head, and the queen walks away. Then the scene shifts to the army moving forward toward war, and Guts is also moving forward with his group wearing full armor. But inside his mind, only one question is running: whether he is really Griffith's friend or just a soldier who is fighting for him, and he remains lost in these thoughts. And with this, the chapter comes to an end. If you want to know what happens next, make sure to subscribe and stay with us on this journey through Berserk. See you in the next chapter.